Welcome to another episode of Pipe Surgery. This week's question comes from Maria, who's based in Barcelona. She kindly tells us a little bit actually about the tech scene happening out there. So really interesting. I've been to Barcelona, but not for work recently. So Maria, waiting for that invite. Maria, your question is an interesting one. Should my SaaS website list the pricing plans? Simon.
Good question, Maria. It's often to people, companies to and fro about this particular issue. My own answer is a very simple one: yes. And the reason being, quite simply, companies need to be able to throw their cards on the table, and anything in a buying process which has an element of friction to it just makes it that 10, 20, 30% less likely that they're going to go with your product. So obviously, you don't want to get straight to the pricing and have it as the first item, and you want to take them through the journey, the ROI, why they should be using it first, so they don't get to pricing before anything else. But if they were searching 4 or 5 competitors and 4 or 5 companies have got pricing on and you haven't, then you're pretty much out the frame because it's just hassle to find out and have to book the call in and everything else that goes with it. Now, some of it will depend a bit in terms of if it's self-serve or if it's like a demo-led product, but in either scenario, I think the more information you can do, the better. And one other quick tip on that is to keep it very, very simple, the pricing. So none of this where I've got to get a calculator out and work out scenario A plus B plus C. Again, that's adding friction in the process, which we want to avoid at all costs.
Good advice. I think also there's an element of, well, if you're not telling me the price, what are you hiding? There's sort of like, why obfuscate and not share? And also, can you imagine in a B2C situation going onto Amazon and saying, I'm really interested in, this particular product, but there's no price attached. I have to speak to the seller to get the price. It's not how people buy. Sell the way you buy. And I think that explains how really pricing should be front and center. Doesn't mean you can't have some wiggle room for more tailor-made packages. That's a great way to leave yourself space to talk about other bespoke ways to build pricing around solutions. But we know that most buyers in the market today are doing so much research on companies before they even get to the demo stage that if you're going to give yourself a fighting chance against your competition, then, like you say, give them as much information as possible. So, Maria, hope that was useful. Last time I was in Barcelona, fun fact, was with you, Simon, and we visited the new camp and we lifted the trophy there. So maybe we'll share that photo online later. But in the meantime, that wraps up another episode of Pipe Surgery.